Good evening. Good evening, everybody. What is the deal? What is the deal, man? I wanted to do a quick live with y'all, man, because I found out one of the great Raiders, Cliff Branch, made it into the Hall of Fame, and I'm so happy for him and his family. And it got me thinking. I was like, it's such a sad state of affairs that guy had to, wait until after his life was over to get in the Hall of Fame. And I start thinking about some of the other great Raiders who didn't get in at that time. And now, I just, man, it's just funny the way, rings and context only matter when you're not a Raider. Rings and context only matter when you're not a Raider. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like, I see the numbers, right? And like I said, context. We got to look at context. What's going on, everybody, man? I appreciate y'all coming in and pulling up on me and joining me. But, when we talk about context, everybody puts that into the discussion when they talk about everyone else. Yo, what's up? Facts, man. Cool Kev. Chansworthy. Todd. Raider for life, man. What is the deal, man? Thank y'all for pulling up with me, man. I'm hopefully some more people pouring here, but if not, man, whoever's here is here, and I appreciate y'all being here with me. But, Cliff Branch, man, when we look at it all, was a 4th-round pick in 1972. In 1974, he led the league in receiving yards and touchdowns. And 2 years later, he led the league in yards per catch. And he was only one of the 4 Raiders who was on the team for all 3 championships, right? At the time of his retirement, he had more receptions and receiving yards than any other receiver in postseason history. Branch retired in 1985 as a 4-time Pro Bowl and All-Pro, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and holds the team record for longest reception. See, like, I look at that. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't know my homie was still going. I had set up, but it's cool, man. It is, it's cool, man. But look, yeah, yo. So at the time of Cliff Branch had 501 catches. He had 8,000 yards and 67 touchdowns. That left him 3rd all time. At that point. So that's what I mean about context. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. We know, and you can see that pinned up at the top of my channel, man. We know that there is a bias, man, a fucking humongous bias when it comes to the Raiders, man. And the Hall of Fame needs to stop this shit, man. Hammer, what's good, man? Yeah, the Hall of Fame needs to fucking stop this shit. This shit is disgusting, bro. This guy had to wait until his death to be honored. And this is a guy who probably should have been in 20 fucking years ago. And we have other Raiders that are waiting. We got the Jim Plunkett's of the world. You understand what I'm saying? We got the Greg Townses of the world. We got the Todd Christiansens of the world. These are all people that should be honored. So to me, the Hall of Fame has taken a very, very big step back. The Hall of Fame doesn't really mean anything because if you're going to be biased to these guys and you're not going to put their numbers in context based off how it was back in the 70s and stuff like that, then we can't even deal with this shit. What up, Raider for Life? What's going on, y'all? So look, man, I'm going to get off of that and I'm going to talk about what happened in the Raiders organization right now. You know what I mean? We're going to get back to this whole, Raider bias and stuff, but I got to bring it to today because that doesn't really matter right now, right? Yeah, if he was you know what? Let me not. Listen, the great one. You're right. If he was a Steeler, he'd have been a first ballot Hall of Fame. If he was a Cowboy, he would have been in. Like, it's shit is disgusting, bro. Raider J, you met Cliff back in the day? Oh, man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. I must have been an honor to meet such a great Raider like that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, cool Kev, bro. Look, the thing that's so sad about the Henry Ruggs thing is that I made that kind of comparison as soon as they drafted Ruggs and as soon as I see him play. Manuel Rodriguez, what is the deal, my man? What's going on, brother? As soon as I seen Henry Ruggs play and I saw that speed and I saw the way that Hunter Renfrow plays, I'm like, well, damn, this is the new Fred Biletnikoff and this is the new Cliff Branch. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was seeing, and it's sad what's going on with our brother, Henry Ruggs Jr. Yo, that's crazy. One of his biggest competitors, Mel Blount, was an advocate for him to get into the Hall of Fame because, yo, look, when you talk about this stuff, you got to keep it in perspective and talk about context. It's got to be in context, man. It has to be to where when you look at this shit, you got to look at it from the era these guys come from. That's how we got to look at this shit, man. It can't just be, oh, well, now this guy has 10,000 more yards, and because it's a different league now. They throw the ball all over the place now, and it's not that way. Back in the 70s, it was a predominantly run league. It wasn't as, you could hold guys down the field. It wasn't bump and run coverage. It was bump and maul coverage. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, man, the one thing that I want going forward, I want more Raiders that are worthy of this honor, being Hall of Famers and stuff like that. Cliff Branch in today's game and today's rules will be a top 3 wide receiver. He probably would, man, but you got to take into context. That's what I mean, context, right? Guys are a lot faster on the defensive end of the ball, so maybe he wouldn't. So you know what I mean, Todd? Yes, man. Listen, the collusion against Al Davis and his family is still going on right now, man. We can see that shit. Just the way they did with all of the Hall of Famers that are getting in there, man. And I think that's part of the reason why I love the Raiders, man, because I love being an outlaw. I love being, not outlaw, but being, the person who goes against the grain, right? But today, I heard some really, really promising news about the new organization, man. They just fired the director of player personnel over there, and he's been there for 10 years. So they're overhauling the whole personnel department with the Raiders, and that's perfect for us right now because this personnel department over the last 10 or 15 years hasn't been good at all, man. And I'm actually really, really fucking glad that they're coming in and they're cleaning house, man. They need to clean house, man. You know what I mean? If you look at some of the decisions that have been made, like every time we talk about free agents and stuff, I like talking about free agents, but the reason why I talk about the draft more is because I want to look to the future a little bit, man, because when I look into free agency with the kind of memory and the recall that I have, I remember some of these guys that we're begging for a free agency being right there when we picked the person who's not on the roster anymore, i.e. DK Metcalf. So not only when we have to kick around that thought, it pisses me off to even think about some of these guys that we're saying, oh, this guy would be perfect for the Raiders. And it's like, how about you fucking draft them instead of having to go out and get him in a free agency? You know what I mean? That's why it's got to be a concerted effort for them to build this team from the trenches out. It has to be. Renato Edcorn, what's going on, man? How are you? How are you, man? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Central Calgary, what's Gucci, brother? Fresno's in the building. Y'all starting to pull up, man. I appreciate. Oh, man, that's man. Docs, man, thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Man, hey, Docs, man, you ain't have to do that, bro. Yeah, man, I normally make sure that I don't go on when the Kingpin is on. Docs, what's going on, brother? I make sure I don't go on when the Kingpin Docs is on, bro. But I had to, look, I've been grinding so much. I've been on here so much with y'all, man. Y'all my wife about to make me sleep on the couch. I got to tap in with the family. So I had to jump in and jump out real quick, man. And I wanted to get into a few things, man, about the personnel department. Them going forward and doing this personnel overhaul is the best thing to happen to the Raiders in probably 10 years, man, because that means now we're going forward. We're getting into a place where we're getting out of the Stone Ages and we're going to be run like a successful organization. Terrence, what's the deal, my brother? How are you? How are you? Brody, what's going on, man? So, listen, man, I'm very happy to see I was waiting on that. Another thing that I was waiting on is what was going to happen with Rob Marinelli. And the word out today is that Rob Marinelli is going to retire. Congratulations to Rob Marinelli. It's much deserved, man. Thank you, Cecil. Thank you, brother. Thank you for pulling up. Yo, and like I'm saying, man, listen, Rob Marinelli has been one of the best defensive tackles in football for 20 years, man. And his retirement is well deserved. And I love how he stepped in and helped develop Max Crosby. Max Crosby put out a very, very heartfelt letter to him today. And man, much love to him, because I was really, really wondering what they were going to do at the defensive line coach. I haven't heard any rumors about who they're going to bring in, but it would have been nice if they could have went back and circled back and brought in Coach Buckner, because Coach Buck was a good coach, man. I really enjoyed him, man. And listen, man, what's good with y'all? What's the rate of God? What's good with you, brother? So listen, man. Oh man, yo, thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Docs. I appreciate you, bro. So, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm glad that Rob Marinelli is retired. So now we can move on. It's a clean break from the last regime. There's not many coaches left. You know what I mean? And we're going to be up here, just building this thing from the ground up, man. I told you it's the rate of equinox. You know what I'm saying? So listen, getting back to the offseason. Now, I haven't really gone over the free agents, man, because it's really, really pissing me off, man. There's so many guys that are free agents, man. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, like when we talk about DJ Metcalf, that shit really makes me fucking angry, bro. The Raiders had a chance to take him twice, needed a wide receiver, didn't even fucking think about it. Now we're talking about going on a scrap heap and bringing in the Calvin Ridleys of the world. And listen, I'm cool on that. I'm sure y'all have heard everybody else talk about that. Docs and all them guys say the same thing. I am cool on that, bro. And it's not because he has mental health things. That's kind of what we've been about. The thing about it is, for me, is that I don't want to give up draft capital for a guy like that. I don't want to bring in a guy that come off the scrap heap that's got an injury like a Michael Thomas. I want to bring in guys who are young, on the way up, come in here, produce. We don't fucking have to go and give them the farm, and we can build this team, man. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't really been focused on free agency. Like, free agency for me is I'm going to deal with free agency as it comes along. I want to really get into these draft picks, though, man, and why my philosophy, and you guys have probably heard me, man. My philosophy has been to not focus so much on skill position players. You know what I mean? That's never been my thing. Yo, Andy, what's going on? Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you pulling in, man. Shout out to you. Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Yo, listen, the facts, man. Yo, I want us, bro, trust me, I know, man. And it's terrible. And that's the reason why I feel like if you build a team from the inside out and you get guys that are established and entrenched and being on the team, you get guys that's established with their offensive line, you get guys that are established on the defensive line, then you can focus, bro. Then you can focus. You can focus on going out there and making that splash in free agency. You can focus on, specializing in, maybe getting a guy in the first round, because a lot of people are against getting guys that are in the first round that are fucking, receivers and stuff, because everybody wants to be, smart. Everybody wants to say, oh, you got to take a left tackle. You got to take an end. Listen, the way they got to start now is to address the trenches. And I'm going to say that's the third time I've said it. I'm going to say it again. You address the trenches. You got guys that are low paid. You got guys that are going to be here. You got guys that are fucking, going to solidify your team, and they're going to guarantee that you're going to be viable on the field, most likely a 500 team if you're a tough, hard-nosed team that can block and get after the quarterback. Guys, listen, man, I have a special guest coming in. So, Amir, what's going on,
brother?
What's going on, man? Yo,
I'm chilling, big dog.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you, Andy. Listen, man, that makes me feel so good, man. I'm just trying to get up to the level of this brother right here on the screen with me, so Amir, and all of the people that I tapped in with. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, brother.
Seriously, man. Thank you. You subscribe. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. And yo, Docs, man, I appreciate you, bro. The fucking man. Yo, listen, man. I appreciate you. Yo, Sean. So, you pulled up for the Mo interview, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, yo, shout out to Mo Moton. I had to get the Moton. Every time I see his name, I want to say Mo Morton. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. But yo, Mo is my dude. I've been a fan of his, big reader and stuff, and we've been communicating.
Hey, that was a dope interview, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That was a dope interview, brother.
But yeah. So me and him, we've been tapped in for a while, man, and hopefully he come back up again, man, and grace this thing here. But we're gonna get through this thing kind of quick today because I gotta go hang out with the family, man. There is no DT you would take at 22. Bro, I wouldn't take a DT at 22, but guess what? We're deep enough in this draft where you don't have to do that. You can double dip. We've done all of it. I'm sure y'all been watching, man. I'm telling you, bro. We're going to be good to go. We don't have to. That's why I say you go skill position first. You get a guy on the way up as opposed to on the way down. You don't want to go out there and pay 40, 30, not 40, but 30 million for a wide receiver who's one hit away from being out for half the season. If you get a bunch of young guys that are talented, why don't you be the first people and get the best years out of a stud receiver? That's why I say you go out, you get the receiver, then the rest of the draft is defense and trenches. That's it. Queen Rated Red, my first mod, the best mod. I appreciate you so much, man.
Hey man, Cliff Branch is in the Hall of Fame, man. It's a wonderful day, man. It took him long enough though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, you know, man. Listen, we talked about this shit before, bro. We talked about how they discriminate against the Raiders. They discriminate against the players of the Raiders. They, fuck this organization over. You can see the way that things are officiated. And I'm going to do a very detailed breakdown, probably my next show, because, this is the off season. So we got to go and we got time to dive deep into things. I'm going to do a detailed breakdown of officiating against the Raiders. We are always in the top 5 most penalized teams. I mean, routinely. That cannot be an accident. It doesn't matter what coach, what GM, what scouts are here, what players, what quarterback. Somehow, some way, we're in the top 5. And what the NFL does is we go from being in the top, and then we go to being 3rd or 4th because you can't hit a moving target for people to blame the National Football League. But what I'm here to stoke the fires of all your paranoia. I want y'all all to know that we're not crazy, yo. We're not crazy.
And they just came out with a new documentary last year. A lot of people get it confused with the documentaries of the past. This is a brand new one that was kind of like done with animations of Al Davis and Pete Rozelle, and what's his name? The guy that the voice of Las Vegas when he talks, like instead of Greg Papa, we got a new guy. I forget his name. He was there with Mark Davis. Yeah, Musburger. He was there with Mark Davis, and they did this documentary, bro, and it's fucking detailed a lot of shit that I didn't know prior to it. So I would suggest everybody go watch that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
But Cliff Branch is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, bro. Like, shit. They should have done this way earlier, man. You know what I mean?
He's here for the bombastic comment. Yes, he did. Cliff Branch is one of 4 players to win 3 Super Bowl rings with the Raiders, man. And it's like, yo, my man, Dodds Raider Prime, what is the dilly, bro? It's over 100 in chat. Please hit them likes. Listen, guys, I'm on the way up. I'm growing, man. I appreciate y'all helping me grow in this whole content creation thing because it's lonely in here without y'all, That's the only reason why I do it. I just do it to tap in because I'm not out west, you know what I'm saying? So over here, it's not a lot of Raider fans here. So this has been, like I say, every night, it's such a joy to talk to a room. It's a home game every time I come on the air because I know everybody love the Raiders in the room. We might get a couple of haters that jump in here, but that's an anomaly, right? So like I really appreciate you guys jumping in. Yo, we got a legend in here, Hotep Jesus, man. Hotep Jesus, what is the deal, my brother?
Hey, Hotep, I've been a fan for many years. I told your boy, man. I told your boy Wasted, man. I've been a fan for many years, man.
Yeah,
Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Listen, man, Hotep is legit, man. That's my brother, man. Thank you for pulling up. But listen, Sultan, I want to get into this, man. This bias, man. It is a fucking shame that Cliff Branch, one of the greatest players in the history of the league, had to die to get into the Hall of Fame, and nobody's more outraged about that. I don't understand. Like it's like a little afterthought that he got in, bro. Like you can't fucking tell the story of the National Football League without Cliff Branch, man. My brother, man.
You know what it is though? It's an unfortunate thing, bro, and it always happens, man. Especially with the Raiders, bro. They it's an unfortunate thing, but they wait till after they pass away to give them their flowers, and I think it's sad, man. Like you said, I think it's sad.
It's beyond sad. It's egregious, and what I have to question is the legitimacy of the Hall of Fame. How legit is the Hall of Fame? Because you know what's going to wind up happening? Waiting another 2 years. Eli Manning is going to get into the Hall of Fame on the first fucking ballot. The first ballot. Now, conversely, he has had a better career than Jim Plunkett. Conversely, he has. Yeah, man. My brother.
When he's in here, yeah. Slow,
Yo, that's my dude, man. But no, like conversely, Eli Manning has had a better career than Jim Plunkett, right? But
yeah,
we
for
got to
sure.
extrapolate that based off of how much they used to throw back in the day. We have to extrapolate that, but they didn't throw a lot back in the day. But Jim Plunkett is the only quarterback in the history of football with 2 Super Bowl rings who is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, listen, bro, his numbers are commiserate to a lot of others. You know what I mean? And listen, he had ebbs and flows in his career, but he brought it together at the end of his career. He has to be in the Hall of Fame. And I think that people and these writers that are voting for this shit, these people need to be taken to task, man. They need to
not
be
to mention they talk about, and not to compare Brady to Plunkett, because Brady's still the GOAT, but they talk about Brady being the comeback kid. Look at Jim Plunkett, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he came to the Raiders, they pumped some life into Jim Plunkett, man, because Plunkett was, you know, he was getting mauled in New England, and then he comes to the Raiders and he wins a Super Bowl, and then comes to the Raiders the second Super Bowl around, somebody starting ahead of him, but then he makes a comeback in that year, and then he wins the second Super Bowl. So Jim Plunkett, man, he fucking has a great story. You know what I mean? A great comeback story as a quarterback to rejuvenate his career, and he's got 2 Super Bowl rings, man. I think his number should be called soon, man.
Listen, my thing is this. I believe if Jim Plunkett is in, I mean, not Jim Plunkett, if Kurt Warner's in the Hall of Fame, Jim Plunkett should have been in a long fucking time ago, because their careers are very, very similar. Kurt Warner had an ascension, and then he had a dip and a flow. Same kind of career with another Super Bowl victory. So to me, like, you know, the Jim Plunkett thing is a no-brainer just based off of that, man. Jim Plunkett led the first wild card team. Facts. Yo, thanks, Raider 805. The first wild card team to a Super Bowl and win. Yo, y'all, listen, do me a favor, man. Subscribe, bro. Subscribe. Listen, pay that tab. You know what I mean? Get wasted with me today. Now, listen, I had a little, I don't know if you saw it. I had a little, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. I had a little survey about who are the next Raiders who should be in the Hall of Fame, like the guys that aren't already in, right? And I just want to get your thoughts about it. You know what I mean? I have it on my cards here on YouTube. You guys know that your boy Wasted is struggling with all of this fucking technology because I am a boomer tech, but I will pull it up and I will channel through. So, yo, could you keep them going for me, bro? I'm gonna find this shit, bro, because I'm gonna read some of these names off, and I want to see what you guys think about it all.
Yeah, I would say Plunkett would be one of my next ones for sure. And Tatum, man, But you know,
it's got to be the assassin for me, bro.
Yeah,
it's Plunkett and the assassin, bro. Like you can't tell a story about football without these guys. Now, listen, we had greatest Raiders not in the Hall of Fame. We had over 168 votes, and Jim Plunkett won with 40% of the vote. Jack Tatum was second, 32% of the vote. Lester Hayes, 24% of the vote. Greg Townsend, 4%. Todd Christensen, 1%. Salute to all of you. Big Shane, I'm in the process of monetizing, homie. I appreciate you and appreciate the love, man. Been bad. Warner had great stats and records, though. Why isn't it, bro? This is the thing about Joe Namath, bro. Let's not do that with Joe Willie. Joe Willie is immortal, and he didn't have the career because of the injuries, bro. But if Joe Namath didn't do what he did in Super Bowl III, the NFL would not be what it is today. You know what I mean? Like that's Joe Willie Namath. You wash your mouth out with soap. I'm no Jet fan by no means, but I give Joe Willie his credit and his due, just like they should have gave the Snake his due. Kurt Warner with all of them supposed records, that shit is subjective to me, bro, because the records change every fucking year. He is what records like did he really? I mean, he done some things in the regular season, but to me, if we're gonna talk about a career, we have to kind of look at how successful, how much winning was done. Like these things matter, especially with a quarterback. Especially with a quarterback. But I guarantee you, Eli Manning, they're not going to give him any fuss about getting in the Hall of Fame. He probably shouldn't be. Because if Eli Manning is in the Hall of Fame, even though he won 2 Super Bowls, the Hall of Fame is probably that much more mediocre, and it's not really special at that point.
Yeah. And one more name I forgot to mention, bro. One of my favorites, Mike Haynes already in the Hall of Fame, but his duo and broke the record for interceptions. Lester Hayes is not in the Hall of Fame. That's a shame, man. That's a shame
man.
as well.
Listen, man, I just want another brother with a Jerry curl to get in the Hall of Fame. You know, we need some more Jerry curl juice in there. We have to have an accurate depiction of what happened in history of sports. Wasted, you, Honcho, and Dodds got to hop on a live together tonight. Man, listen, yo. You know, that'd be dope. You know, I haven't been formally introduced. They kind of told me who Raider Honcho was because I'm just getting into this content creation world. But I heard he's dope. I heard he's from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, that's my brother. He from the East. I fucks with him. So that's what's up. If he a Raider, I'm always down to jump on some shit, man. They just gotta let me know, man. Anybody lay it out, I'll play it out, man.
For sure.
Do you have a cash for paper? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna post that tomorrow, Queen. I gotta get that rolling. I never thought to do that, but I think I am. Thank you, Queen.
Yeah, you can have it on the bottom of the ticker like I do. Usually on my shows at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? It just scrolls across the screen so people know your Cash App and all that.
Yeah, listen, y'all, and everybody that's in the chat, 140 in the chat, yo, wipe them feet like Doc say. Yo, hit that subscribe button for my buddy, man. Miss Soto, man. We got to get him. It's a race to 1,000, man.
Yeah.
Oh, word. So Doc's reached out to Honcho today. That's what's up, man. I mean, look, I'm down, man. If they let me know, man, I'm there, bro. I'm always there. Listen, bro. So what do you think about the Raiders firing their director of player personnel, man? It was kind of like, I'm fucking glad that they got rid of everybody from the previous regime.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to keep anybody if you're going to start fresh with the, you know what I'm saying, with the new regime that I feel like is going to lead us in the next 15 to 20 years, down the line in a winning organization. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we have to see before I call it a franchise, like a dynasty yet, but I do believe that there's going to be something good coming out of these upcoming seasons, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? What I'm saying is that we finally grew up. We're finally a real organization in the front office. You know what I mean? Because before it was like a mom and pop kind of feel. A lot of the older like historical organizations have that mom and pop feel. They present a front like they're like a corporate thing. Like even with the Chicago Bears with the McCaskies and stuff like that. Miss McCaskey is George Halas's daughter or something like that, or granddaughter. You know what I mean? Like George Halas started the National Football League. Like so the Giants are kind of a mom and pop shop as well. You can see what's going on over there with the Giants too. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of bring some of those metrics, and when you got people that are shooting from the hip, dealing with people who are prepared with actual information and info, that's not a fair fight. And that's the reason why, a lot of us, we've been swinging and missing for a long time in this organization. You got to let the people who get paid to do their job to do their fucking job, man. I mean, so let me ask you a question. Do you want to see more Patriot people, or would you like to see them go outside of that little ethos and bring people in that are just talented? Because that's what I would like to see.
I could see them bringing a few. I don't think they're going to fill the whole roster with it. But I do trust Ziegler because he said that he's going to be the one in charge of that. He will be in synergy with McDaniels, you know what I'm saying, as far as they understand each other. But Ziegler, unlike last regime, will be in charge of the GM job because that is his job. And I think that I have faith in what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? Trust the process.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, man, we as an organization, we make a lot of excuses for these fucking guys, man. Like my man just said, got used to settling for making excuses for our guys. I'm glad we starting over. We have to, bro. Like that's the reason why it kind of bothered me when I was hearing a lot of people saying like, "Oh, bring Charles Woodson in as the GM." I'm like, why the fuck would you bring Charles Woodson in as a GM? Yo, Hammer, listen, bro. Y'all let me know, bro. I am with the shit, bro. look, when we doing Three Kings, I'm fucking there, bro. I'm with the shit, bro. I'm with whatever we gotta do to make all of us rise in this. And it's not even about rising to me, bro. I don't give a like. I care if people are in here with me because I don't want to be in here by myself, yo. But real rap, like, yo, it ain't about that for me. It's about this. I enjoy this shit. Like I'm the fucking maniac since I've had time. I'm jumping on people's lives 1 a.m. and shit. I jump back on 10 a.m. I jump out, do mine, jump on at 8 and 9. I don't give a fuck. I just love talking football. I love sports, and I love this sport and this team singularly. So I like the interaction, bro. I can get lost in this shit all day. Like I have to actually fucking back up a little bit because I've been running crazy lately. I ain't been sleeping and shit because, like, yo, I'll take a nap and get up and jump on Dirty Joint. I'll jump on yours.
The same joint, bro.
I'll jump on Hammer Joint. I'll jump on, if Doc's let me up, I'll jump on his joint. Pause. Jesus Christ. Pause. On his show, not his joint.
You ain't got the background this time, though. You ain't got
the pause background. Yeah, man. I wasn't set up perfectly for the pause. You know what I'm saying? But I love this shit, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, he said, just don't try to roast me, you'll lose. Yeah, man. But yeah, bro. So look.
But you know what's interesting though, bro, is that when I was watching that 30 for 30 documentary, towards the end of that documentary, Mark Davis talked about the approach that Al had towards Pete Rozelle and how he handled the NFL and going at him and shit. And he said that, you know what, I understand my father's position and I'm going in a different direction as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like, he tried to go to another city. He was canceled. I think it was Inglewood, right? And he was canceled.
Irwindale.
And so it was Irwindale. That was Al Davis.
That's
I'm talking about Mark Davis.
Okay, yeah.
Mark Davis later on tried to do something else. But then finally he came to an agreement with Kraft and Jerry's World, and they kind of helped him out with Las Vegas. And so he's kind of working, you know what I'm saying, the system, but he's not necessarily in the club. So I like the way he's moving strategically. And I think that he's bettering our team as we progress since he took over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's more corporate than his old man is. He's not the pit animal his father was. His father wanted to win. See, sometimes to win the war, you got to be willing to tie or lose a battle, right? Al was not willing to give an inch. We knew that. Al wasn't willing to lose a battle. He wants to win every battle. And he wants to win the war. He wants to blow you off the map. And that's what made him Al Davis. And that's what made the Raiders the Raiders. But when you're dealing with people who have an ungodly amount of money and an ungodly amount of reach, Mark is dealing with more of an uphill battle with this organization than his father ever was. Because, you know, it was millionaires versus thousandaires and all of that kind of stuff back then. And you had guys that were powerful, but not to the level of the guys that we have owning teams in this league. A lot of these guys own these teams the way I own sneakers. The shit is a hobby to them. This shit ain't, it's not, you know what I mean? But their hobby is maximizing their investment. So you have a lot of these owners, and I've said this previously, that they don't care whether they make money or not. Not make money, they don't care whether they win or not. That shit is an investment. A byproduct of that investment is winning. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes a lot of these motherfuckers will be like, yo, look, as long as we make it to the playoffs 2 out of 4 years, yo, we don't got to go crazy. Fuck it. You made the playoffs, they good. Fuck them. As long as we keep the stadium filled up, right? Hey, go draft this quarterback so we fill the stadium up for the next 3 years. We ain't really trying. We ain't going to put nothing around him. Like how they did with Dan Marino's career with Wayne Huizenga. Jack Kenner, with Cliff Branch in the Hall of Fame now, the 76 team has 10 Hall of Fame players. Best team in NFL history, simply facts. You know, that they right up there, bro. Yo, my man, NorCal Jesse. Thank you. My bad, brother.
No, what I was gonna say was Mark, you know, what he understood was, you know, like you said, bro, Al Davis was about winning, right? And he was trying to win at everything. The only thing he said he couldn't dominate was death. That's why he didn't, you know what I'm saying, as far as that. But Mark understood the strategic maneuver that he had to do. He had to maneuver his way through, like, not necessarily say that he's part of the club or homies and shit with these people, but he knows that he has to cooperate in some manner. It's like politics. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes politicians are not necessarily friends with each other, but they have to maneuver themselves through the system in order to get to a certain position where they can stand on their own 2 feet. And I think that's what Mark Davis had to do because of the situation, the financial situation that he was in, as far as compared to all the owners. And so I think he's maneuvering his way in the right manner, but still keeping his, you know what I'm saying, still keeping his enemies close. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
It's similar to politics, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely. Yo, I want to say this real quick, not to change the subject. Yo,
Yeah.
everybody, y'all see that link right there? That is the world's greatest moderator, Terrence. He holds all of us down. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. If y'all haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe. He's a content creator as well. We've tapped in. We've had many debates. He's a formidable debater, I'll tell you that. He's a formidable debater. I don't want to say that he is a formidable masturbator, but he's a formidable debater in the oratory sense. So please go subscribe to this man. Listen, yo, like you said, a lot of billionaires use these teams to have for write-offs. That is a fucking stone cold lead pipe fact, Raider 808. That's exactly what it is. So the thing about it is that us being Raider fans, we got to appreciate the fact that that is not the kind of owner that we have.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the kind of owner that we have. And yo, that's a better, yo, Terrence the mod god. Please, salute. Hey, Digital Press, salute, man. Salute.
He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing with the videos, man. I like it.
Wait, Al never even trusted Mark with booking them hotels for the team. God damn it. That's how I control Al Davis. That's crazy, man. But yo, bro, look, like you were saying, you know, Mark Davis right now has moved this thing into the future, right? So as we see this thing moving into the future, I've asked everybody this week who's come on here, what will make you happy based off of this new regime, and how long is their shelf life before you start going ballistic if they're not successful?
Well, I think the one of the most important things is drafting first. You know, we got to see who we get in free agency. We got to see how they do in the draft, and then we got to see how they pan out as well in the off season, during training camp, and then we can go from there. You know what I mean? But so far, so you know, all the moves he's doing it feels to me like it's right, it's different. You know, when I watch these guys in the press conference, it doesn't feel like any other introductory press conference like we've had in the past. You know, the multiple coaches that Al Davis had hired in the last 10 years of his life. And it didn't feel like that. It felt like every other introductory hire that Mark was doing since he took over. It felt like he was progressing in the right way. And I feel honestly, you know, even though his father maybe have not, you know, wanted him to take over, I feel like he's doing his father justice in a way because he is taking the Raiders into the future. He is evolving. And I feel like he's developing a professional staff and a professional football team that can compete with other teams in the NFL.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, Al always said the greatness of the Raiders is in the future.
Yep.
And guess what? The future is now, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I was going up. I had a list because, you know, like I said, Boomer Tech. Right? I had a list, y'all, of some sneaky good because I want to start talking about the future, man. And the future is in the draft. The future is not about, you know, back in the day. The future is not about, you know, all of these fucking free agents. And then, you know, just with our luck, man, you know that all of them aren't going to work out. Just like all draft picks aren't going to work out. But the thing about draft picks is that they're cheap and you can get from under them a little faster than you can a gargantuan contract. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've always been a proponent of building through the draft. Successful organizations do that. So, you know, I'm looking into the Senior Bowl, man. I'm looking at some of the guys that, you know, I'm thinking like are you know, some sleepers coming into the draft, man. Do you have any sleepers, like 3 sleepers on the offensive side of the ball that can, you know what I mean, that you can like enlighten our audience to? Because to be honest with you, man, what we do is we come up here, we talk, but we all try to pass the information around so that when we're watching the draft and we watching next season, I hope that one of these guys, they're gonna be like, yo, man, Salton put me up on him, or Docs put me up on him, or Hammer, like Hammer's excellent with that shit. Yo, Wasted put me up on this player, and he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Do you have 3 guys on the offensive side of the ball that are sleepers that nobody's talking about?
In the draft, right?
Yeah.
Well, here I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I didn't have anybody as far as offense. I mean, towards the end, the late rounds, I had in the
Offense,
offense.
defense, it doesn't have to be. You know what, man? Listen, bro, it's not like we ESPN. It don't got to be
Okay,
that. Just anybody that people may have heard of that maybe guys should keep an eye on. Y'all listen, because what I'm gonna give y'all every show, y'all give y'all a little homework. When Sultan mentioned these names, I might not know them. I'm gonna go do my homework. Y'all do y'all homework so we can have more to talk about the next time we connect. You know what I'm saying? So you
for
got it,
sure.
Sultan?
Yeah, I got it. So for me, when I went into this draft, I went into it a little different than you. I wouldn't mind Treylon Burks in the first round. But I feel like we're definitely not gonna move Abrams to linebacker, and I feel like we're definitely not gonna keep him as a strong safety. I feel like we're gonna move on from that and get another strong safety. So I feel like linebacker position is kind of and D tackles is really heavy in the draft, so you can wait till the second round to get a D tackle. So what I did was I went in the first round for the 22nd pick, and I went after Devin Lloyd. I'm sure a lot of people know who he is. He's from Utah. He's a linebacker.
Yeah, that ain't
Um,
a sleeper though, man. Everybody wants us to get Devin
yeah,
Lloyd, right?
it's not a sleeper technically. Yeah, but that's kind of who I had. But the second round is kind of a sleeper. He's a nose tackle, a DT from Arkansas. In the 53rd pick, John Ridgeway. I feel like he can be that good. Uh,
John Ridgeway is an animal.
yeah, he could play that 3-4. He could be that nose tackle that we need. Um, you know what I mean? As far as stopping the run and shit like that. I changed my pick though. I'm not even gonna touch on Kobe because I feel like after we watched the Senior Bowl, Kobe kind of got burnt. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing now is I'm going after Jalen Armour Davis. He's a cornerback from Alabama.
Beast.
Um, yeah, I think he's a sleeper. I don't think a lot of people mention him as much. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of went offense a little later. So I went after a wide receiver from Nicholas State, Dejon Dixon. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
I watched. You heard of him?
yeah, but yo, we have some flagrants in the chat right now. Bill Gates said that Abrams is better than half the safeties in the league. Bill Gates, man, come on, don't let me down like that, bro. Please, dude, it's terrible. Yo, y'all want to see us do another mock draft? Y'all really want to do that? Look, all right, boom. We're gonna do a mock draft, right?
All right.
But what we're gonna do is the people who going to tap in with us to do a mock draft, and Hammer's coming soon too. I just sent the link to Hammer. Hammer is coming through soon. You know what I mean? Another young kingpin in the game. But what we're gonna do is y'all in the chat are gonna help us do this mock draft, right? So, yo, who wants to participate in the mock draft? Tell me what round that you guys want. It's only 7 rounds, right? So I'm gonna give 3 of y'all in the chat. Tell me who wants to participate. I'm gonna wait. Tell me who wants to participate. Somebody, if you want to participate, throw 2 up in the chat, and I'm gonna pick 3 people, and we're gonna give y'all fuck. That's funny as hell, yo. But yo, so when we talking about sleepers,
Yeah.
we're not talking about Michael Guerrero. Yo, what are you doing here without your muzzle on? You should be in the kennel right now. Abram was leading all DBs in tackles. He's also leading DBs in touchdowns thrown on him. You know what I mean? You can't be spectacular at one part of your skill set and be horrible at the next and be considered one of the best. Bill Gates, that's a problem, bro. Like, yo, the thing that make the very best, the truly best, who they are is because they're either exceptional at certain parts of their games and they're very good at other parts of their game. But you can't be a great tackler and be a fucking shitty guy in coverage and call yourself a defensive back. Everybody, we have another one of our content creators in here, one of our legends, one of the guys who started me off on this direction that I'm on. Hammer. I gotta bring you in like Bruce Buffer since you got the fucking UFC behind you. Hammer content, man.
How you doing, brother?
What up, bro? I don't even know how this is in the background right now, but I'll rock with it for the time being. Some very weird shit because I definitely didn't. I just turned my green screen off. But what up, nation? What's good, everybody? And let me fix the mic. My bad, tight.
Hold up. Let me fix
Hammer,
this.
they want us to, Jay say, what up, wasted? Abram is the GOAT of being Moss. Yo, Abram is the GOAT of being beyond Moss. Abram, if you hit Abram with a fucking route combination, he's done. If you hit Abram with a shake in the shoulders, he's done. If you blow a kiss at Jonathan Abrams, he might fucking break his shoulder blade again.
Same could be said for Kwiatkowski. I saw him do a full 360 trying to cover a dude. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Bro. Oh, Terrence, what happened with Terrence, bro? Salute to Terrence, man. Whatever's going wrong, I didn't see it in the chat, bro. It's hard for me to keep up, bro.
Sinister,
Blessings to
Terrence,
you and the family. What happened?
Sinister, Terrence, Stormtrooper. I'm seeing everybody giving me salutes. Love you guys.
Medwin says Sultan and Hammer low-key look alike. They always be saying that.
Say that we look alike. I was told that I look like Gabe. Like,
nah, you don't look like Gabe, yo. People just are doing a brown paper bag test on y'all.
Yo, but Sultan, I copped that hat, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yo, I got lucky as fuck. I found like one site that had that shit. I was like, I have to have that fitted. So I just
because it was sold out. It was sold out. Yep. Yeah.
Sultan, I'm gonna be honest with you, yo. Sultan and Hammer, if there was a crime committed in your neighborhood, you would be in the same lineup.
Yeah, we would.
You definitely be in the same lineup. Y'all definitely fit the description. Yo, you know what I'm saying? But on the real though, right? Before we get into this mock draft, I want to make y'all aware of somebody out of Florida State because I feel like we should either see what we have in Cleveland Farrell or draft an edge rusher as well somewhere in the late rounds. There's a man named Jermaine Johnson, the second out of Florida State. Straight animal. You know what I mean? He had 35 sacks, man. Awesome. You know what I mean? In college, man. And yo, he might go into the first round. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of, edges in this draft. So maybe, Michael Ray, you still blocked by Hammer?
No, he's not. Stop it.
Yo, Michael, I might block you for your terrible jokes.
Y'all some assholes. I don't block anybody. I don't.
Yo, listen.
Yo,
Michael,
Hammer. I mean, not Hammer. Sorry. Michael Gurr be saying shit that he just be trolling because he be like, I'm backstage every time, but he's not backstage.
He's not backstage.
Yo, Michael Guerrero is Trolly McTroll a lot. That is his new name, yo.
He's going to change his name now, watch.
Yeah, he's going to change the Trolly McTroll a lot of shit, yo. Yo, what's up with Dirty, man? Did y'all realize that Dirty had two legends come on his show last night?
I heard.
He had Charles Barkley and Marcus Allen come on his show. It was unbelievable. I don't think JT going to pull up, man. Because JT not pulling up, man, because we found out some disturbing news, Nation. We don't want to discuss. We don't want to get into it. I need for you guys to go back and go watch Dirty's Basement so you can find out the disturbing things that has happened to JT. He has a problem with Marcus Allen, and I had to set him straight. I had to call Marcus Allen myself. So anyway, let's get back to the ranch on this. This is another guy that I would like the Raiders to take a look at. Oh, DMX pulled up too. I forgot, Storm. I forgot. DMX definitely pulled up, right? But Trevor Penning out of North Iowa, man. Listen, this is the perfect lineman for you to go and draft and develop. You can even go out and get you a free agent, right? But he's the perfect guy to have on your roster just in case one of these free agents don't pan out. Maybe you can get a lower rung free agent as a stopgap till you get him up to speed. I am not a proponent of taking a left tackle or anything unless you just get one of the best guys in the draft, that like Rashawn Slater, a guy like that, fall into your lap. You got to take a guy like that, right? But, yo, listen, Trevor Penning is a dog, man. Alex Marquez, that is a stone cold lead pipe fact. So, listen, the people want mock drafts. I'm not really – look, I'm mock draft the fuck out, man. I really am. I asked the guys in here if they wanted to fucking do a mock draft. They said they wanted one. I don't know. Maybe somebody was trolling me. I'm kind of over the mock draft thing. I just want to talk about the talent coming out. So I don't think we're going to do that. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that. I'm kind of doing that on Monday with Andy, doing a free agency and a draft video. So,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna step on your toes, bro. I don't want to step on nobody's toes.
No, not stepping on my toes. I just want to keep the information for that video.
Yeah, listen, check this out. Pierre Strong Jr. out of South Dakota State, another guy that I think that we need to look at in like the 5th round, man. He's a running back. He's roughly the same size as Jonathan Abram. He has a lot of drive strength. He's a little faster. Jonathan Abram, I'm sorry, Josh Jacobs. I got Jonathan Abrams on my brain because I just want him out of here. I want him out of here. I want him to turn into a linebacker. Seriously. Like, I don't want to go into another season with Jonathan Abram at fucking strong safety. I cannot. I won't stomach it. I won't have it. It's bullshit. They need to get rid of that guy.
I'll take Jabril Peppers at safety. Peppers and Merrick.
Yeah, listen, Jabril Peppers can tackle, he can hit, he can cover tight ends. Boom. Sign him up. Sign him up. But my thing is that having this kind of a defense that we have coming in, you got to have guys that are Swiss Army knife kind of players, so that if you get caught in a bad position and they scheme their way into having a silent count and you can't get guys off of the field, you have guys that are ready to drop back into coverage. I want everybody on this defense to be able to cover if they're not, a fucking defensive lineman. I want all of our linebackers to be able to cover. I know Divine Diablo can cover. He was a former defensive back.
Safety.
He was a safety. So I know, and I saw how he played very well at the end of the season. I want us to get more guys like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been saying that shit a long time, bro. We need that. Look, fuck you. Listen, bro. I've been saying that shit for the longest, bro. Once I saw every time Kansas City and we would have a close game, anytime Kansas City need to dial a play up in the red zone, guess who they attack? Jonathan Abram every time.
And looks confused as fuck in the process when that shit had happened. Like, I didn't get it.
Bro,
I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Littleton that tried to get in his ass after one of those players?
Yeah.
He was like
Littleton
screaming at him.
Yo, Bill Gates, listen, Abram could be in his fifth year with his second quarter. That's not the point, bro. What we do is we're conflating the fact that he's an exciting player and the night he hits and he's always around the ball for the fact that he just cannot cover. I can see it. He can't get his hips around, bro.
Nope.
Where was that excuse for Trayvon Merring? He's a rookie for real. There was no.
I think the problem is though
they
give players that we get from the draft and that are Raiders. They started off as Raiders. They give them the benefit of the doubt, and a lot of people want to keep them for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a bad thing, but you got to also realize their faults. And if it's time to move on, it's time to move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Especially with a new regime who was not linked to this motherfucker.
Yep.
Because John Gruden would have rolled that to the wheels fell off. Pause. But because he drafted him, and that's another mistake. Like, guys, listen, we got to stop lowering the bar for this team, man. Do y'all want to win or not? Because I know I'm ready for it, bro. I'm not watching any more mediocre football. I'm not going 4-12 no more. I can't take it, bro. They haven't built up enough equity with this fan base to do that anymore.
Keep telling y'all, it's a new era, it's a new regime, man. Change is coming. And I'm telling you now, there's going to be guys that were part of the Gruden regime, like players that were drafted. They will not be here come the end of their rookie contract.
Yes, sir. Listen, Abrams looks for the yo 4-0, bro. That's fucking hilarious, bro. He looks like Where's Waldo? Yo, waste. Is John pulling? Yo, John Gruden always pulls up to my live, man. Y'all didn't know already?
But Charles Barkley is definitely going to pull up. Now, listen, I want to talk about that boy, Jonathan Abram. That boy, I told y'all yesterday, boy, that boy can't even cover his own pool. The boy don't know what they're doing. They need to get the boy off the damn field. They need to trade him. Maybe he need to go buy some groceries or something. He might need to, I don't know, maybe the boy need to go dye his hair back. It seemed like since he dyed his hair, the boy ain't being able to see shit. But I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. What I would do is I would go to the NBA and get Russell Westbrook and get his bum ass off the Lakers because he fast. Maybe he might be able to cover. He tall, I don't know. But I just want to tap in with you because my man Wasted asked me to come through. I always come through lives he own, I might go down to San Antonio. I might even come to the draft with Hammer. Hammer said he got a belt for me. He got sandwiches. He got, he got all kinds of things for me, man. So listen, y'all. Y'all tap back in with my man Wasted. And I'll be dropping back in again. I might drop in on the live at Dox's. I might come on to Hammer. I don't know. If Shaquille O'Neal want to come with me, he might come too. DMX might come. I mean, whoever waits, I got a lot of connections with these dudes. But the way Jonathan Abram's been playing is definitely terrible. And I just wanted to tell y'all that. It's been terrible. So listen, Wade said he want to get back on now, y'all. And now listen, guys. Like I was saying, right?
Shout out to Charles Barkley, everybody.
I gotta go eat anyways.
Much love, brother.
Let me hit you.
I got to stop fucking around here on air. What is wrong with you all?
You wildin', brother.
Yeah, but no, listen, y'all. The last half of this situation here, because I got to get out of here too, man. You know what I mean? I got to go tap in with the family. I've been running a little hard. I might come back on tonight if somebody invite me on. I'll come back on, but you know, I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon. Guys,
I got a mental health show tonight. I told everybody to pull up and kind of just tell your story. You know what I'm saying? If you're going through whatever, you know what I mean. This is all therapy. That you know what I mean, to everybody, to me, and to everybody that watches and shit like that. So I figured I'd do a mental health show. You know what I mean? I'm going through some shit too. So that'll be tonight at 11 Eastern. Yeah.
Listen, man, I'll take a nap and wake back up and tap in with you, brother. You know, as much as always love over here, bro. Listen, I see that we have a Chicago Bears fan in the chat. Can I ask you, Sleeping Angel, what made you come into a Raider room? You are always welcome. It's always Super Bowl and sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's the dream. My dream is to be at the Super Bowl eating a proper sandwich with the right, condiment distribution. Speed kills. Congratulations. Yes, that's what this episode is about. Congratulations to number 21, Cliff Branch. Yep. I just think the NFL are a bunch of rotten bastards for making it happen after he died, and they did that shit on purpose. So fuck whoever's on the Hall of Fame committee, because it's bullshit. Because when a guy retired, he was in the top 5 at his positional group when he retired, and then they let it go to his numbers got kind of washed away, because his numbers, if you put him next to a Jerry Rice or a T.O., it doesn't look the same, but it's an era thing. So that's how we got to look at this shit. That's why I don't really like numbers, bro. I don't like numbers. It's bullshit, because, if they never used to throw the ball or the game, like, it's certain shit that happens now. Like, there was bump and run coverage all the way down the field and shit like that. So that's why I like to look at things from the lens of where they were and who they were in their era. I don't take people out of their era and bring them to another era. There are very few people who have played the game of football that their numbers sustain throughout the ages. Like, let me just go back to the 80s, right? Let's go back to the 80s. Dan Marino right now is like 6th. Dan Marino put the passing record so far, nobody thought they would ever fucking find that. Nobody ever thought anybody would ever catch up to Dan. But guess what happened? The game changed. So now they out there playing flag. They're not playing flag football. Let me not say that. Let me not be disrespectful. But I'm saying, man, it's about that time. Wait a minute. So y'all want another Derek Carr argument, bro? Listen, man, I don't do that on this channel, bro. Because listen, it's a futile argument. We don't do that, bro. It's not even a debate for me, bro. Y'all gotta understand something. Me being critical of the things that he does not do well, or me wanting to improve this team as a whole, is not indicative of me not liking Derek. Love Derek Carr. I think he's a great guy. He's been the best quarterback I've seen in a long time for us. He's been the most consistent, but there are certain things about Derek's game that I'm going to be honest with you, man. He either needs to improve or we need to move on. That's the long and the short of it. Like, everybody brings up these numbers. This is the year. This is the make or break. So if he shits the bed this year and we're 4-12, I don't want to hear a fucking word from none of y'all, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Look, I know there's a lot of circumstances. He hasn't had the best circumstances. I understand that fully. I definitely do, man. I understand that fully, and I'm sympathetic to that plight to an extent. We're not gonna keep living off that shit. That shit them excuses and shit don't live here with me, man. Nick Mullins did not play better. Yo, Sergio Sanchez, you are trolling right now. You are trolling. Please, you are on the road to being another Trolly McTroll-a-lot. Stop it. But listen, Sleeping Angels, real quick, before we transition off of this wonderful and splendiferous episode that we've just had.
Splendiferous.
That's not even a word. It's not even a word. It's just I don't know. Splendiferous occasion, right? Sleeping Angels, you have a Chicago Bear, emblem, and that is good if you're a Chicago Bear supporter. That's cool. If you enjoy my content, you are always welcome here. We listen. We welcome other fans into the nation. I'm just saying it's a tough crowd. It's a rough room, and we're the toughest fan base in sports. So if you want to fuck with us, it's something different. But what I will say to you is this: since you're in here and you're interested, we will give you time to come and convert to the dark side. Convert to the Sleeping Angels. If you ever want to convert to the dark side, you say the Raiders prayer. You have to, burn a saint in your hand. Say no, no. But yo, listen, what you got to do is you come. We're gonna bring Docs on. We're gonna bring all of the Godfathers of the nation on, and they will give your okay for you to come into the nation. Michael Guerrero, we'll see you tonight, man. Yo, listen, we're gonna get another roasting session too, hopefully. But it's mental health, so I don't want to make. I might not roast anybody. I don't want to mess anybody's mental health up. So, Sleeping Angels, the floor is yours. Whenever you're willing to tap into the nation, you can come in.
And shout out to Sleeping Angels too, because I think he came from my channel. He's been a subscriber and shit. So he's cool, man. He's cool. And I got a Philadelphia Eagle fan too. They're all cool, man. It's all welcome here, man. You know what I mean? They've been respectful, except for a certain Kansas City Chief fan. But it is what it is.
Wait, what do you got? Wait, we got a Queefs fan talking shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring him up, but
hey, much love, Mike. Much love. Yo, Soldier, you don't hate Bears fans. You hate Chiefs, Cowgirls, and Charger fans. That is a stone cold lead pipe fact. That is the comment of the day. DC is the best QB we've had in a long time. Never had a QB since Rich Gannon. Juan, we understand that, bro. Nah, you don't want no. Listen, Marvin. Listen, bro. We got some of the biggest content creators, man. Yo, y'all, please give me the 2K tonight. Thank y'all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You can change teams, bro. You can change teams, bro. I don't subscribe to that. There's no bandwagon to hop on. It ain't like listen. If we were coming off a Super Bowl or going to a Super Bowl, I would say that. I would agree with you, Mr. Montez. But if we're starting at the basement and they want to jump on now, and they want to fucking ride the wave until we win, then I'm all for that. But what I'm telling you is that, yo, don't say a fucking word to me when them rings is doled out and all of that Fly Raider gear is all around your country. It ain't no bandwagon if we're not good right now, brother. Yeah, but yo, listen, I wanted to say something, bro. Manuel Rodriguez, DC needs a lot of quarterbacks need to be on a super team. Listen, we're not gonna turn this into the bash Derek Carr room. This is not what we're gonna do. We're all rooting for Derek Carr. We want the best for I hope Derek Carr wins league MVP and he shuts me the fuck up. I hope he is Super Bowl MVP and shuts me up. But the thing is that, yo, you guys treat him like he's already done that, and he has not. And I don't give a shit about the fucking circumstances behind it. He has not done that. So it'll be, and then you can go and you can point to every little pixel. Oh, well, he doesn't have this guy and he didn't have that guy. And then when we come out, you come out with the passing numbers and he only threw 9 interceptions. And then I'll come back at you and tell you, well, he fumbled 11 times. He fucking fumbled so much in his career. He is the all-time leader in fumbles for the Raiders. Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson and Marv Hubbard and all these great running backs have less fumbles than our quarterback. So that means something too. So we're not going to get into this. I always say that, but that shit is like, I just want y'all to be realistic. And I also want y'all to be realistic, man. I also want y'all to be realistic too, man. Who's the first quarterback that I've watched in football or that I remember for the Raiders? Because Jim Plunkett was the first quarterback that I watched. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. I've been through it all, man. I've watched the Todd Marinoviches. I've watched the Mark Wilsons. I've watched the Jay Schraders and the Steve Berlines. I mean, need I go on? I've watched them all. The Kerry Collins, the fucking Jeff Georges, the Jeff Hostettlers. I've watched them all, bro.
And that's respectable what Angel said. He said, I didn't change teams when the Chicago Cubs sucked, and I'm not going to change teams now, brother. See, that's loyal. That's loyal. I can respect that. Yeah,
I could definitely respect that. But guys, what I want us to do as a fan base, because what I always try to do as the fan base is be a curator of the culture of the Raider Nation. Let's stop being thirsty in the Raider Nation, bro. Like, I see a lot of people giving motherfucking Richard Seymour props. He played for us for 4 years. He was an all-pro here. He was a good player for us. I don't have a problem with Richard Seymour. He's not a Raider. He was a Raider, but he's going to go in as a Patriot. His legacy was defined by the New England Patriots. Let's just be for real here. So I'm not going to, I give it up, salute. But you got some people that be saying Randy Moss was a Raider. Randy Moss be playing us the fuck out, man. There's a lot of people who play for this organization who don't fuck with us like that. And the next time that we bring in some of these free agents, man, they're going to have to go up and in front of the nation and fucking show the nation some love before we start giving them love. Unless you was a Raider where you spent and defined your career here like Charles Woodson, if you motherfuckers don't stop giving guys who played here and had a cup of coffee with the Raiders so much respect, I don't know what to say. The guys like Ronnie Lott. Like Ronnie Lott never disrespected the Raiders, but goddamn, Ronnie Lott is a 49er, bro. I hate even having that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I hate even having that shit. Waste. You watch, listen, I watched Justin Ross's tape, bro. The thing about Justin Ross is that is he the kind of receiver that we need on the roster right now? We need a game-breaking receiver on the roster. We don't need a guy. I mean, we do need a guy that's a shifty route running kind of guy, but we need a game breaker. We need a physical freak. Jerry Rice as well. Thank you, 99. Jerry Rice as well, man. You watched this Snake 75, right? Not many between Snake to Jim. Then Hostetler to Gannon, now Carr. Everything's been, to Carr. Everything sucked, man. Sergio Sanchez. Can't wait for the Carr Sexuals live later. Oh, man. Come on, Sergio. Don't be disrespectful, man. Come on, bro. But, listen, bro. I'm going to put a couple of more of these comments up here. We're going to get out of here because the Kingpin Docs is rolling through at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go over there, go to Doc's channel. Y'all already know. Most of y'all are here because he sent y'all here too. And, y'all fucks with me too. But, what we try to do in this little ethos, I don't want to step on nobody's toes, bro. And it is what it is, whether it's 50 people in here or whether it's 100 or whether it's 200 or 3, 4, whatever. As long as y'all are here, y'all ride with me. I'm going to give y'all my best, man. Sultan going to give y'all his best. And listen, man, we're going to be back at it tomorrow, man. Waste it.